Alright, Dragon Brood, what's up? We are actually trying to go nuts today. Okay, so first off, several people have been asking, like, can there be a Citizen deck? I was like, I don't know. It didn't feel like there was, but I think we actually made a list that's going to work, and we're really basing it around Jetmir and Rabble Rousing. Those are going to be our two top end cards, but it's all the other stuff early on that I think is going to make it work. So I know a lot of people wanted this. This is something I worked really hard at. Hey, please remember, join the channel. Super thanks, whatever, because this was actually a tough one to put together. But let's go get into the deck list so y'all can see what I'm talking about. If you want to support the channel, remember to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn, and you'll save 5% on everything you order over there at UltraPro, and that includes all the new sweet stuff from their Lemon Yellow collection this month. Alright, in all seriousness, if you haven't done it yet, please check out the join button down below. It's a great way to support the channel in lieu of me having a Patreon, because you can do everything right here on YouTube, and it's easy to manage, and you get some really cool perks out of it. So, let's get into this thing. Starting at the top, we actually have 4 Cabaretti Initiates. Now, I didn't know which 1 mana thing I wanted to go with, so I was really debating, but this is a 1-2 for 1, which isn't bad, and we also have a bunch of ways to pump it up, so we're getting a 2-3, then a 3-3 or whatever, so it's actually pretty cool for 1 mana, but the fact that it can double strike, every once in a while is going to create some weird blocking situations or even attacking situations for your opponent, so we're going to try it and see if it works, but it's actually a pretty cool inclusion, I think. Then we have Intrepid Adversary that, I know this is not actually a Citizen, however, we needed more things to pump up our team, because if we're making Citizen tokens and whatever, we need them to have some amount of oomph, or else we're not going to be able to get across the finish line. So I decided to go ahead and play 4 of these, and it does have the byproduct of just having lifelink, which means we will be able to extend the game a little bit longer to get to our big hitters. Rally the Ranks, this is a card I've actually used in other deck lists. I've even played Goblin splashing this card. I think anytime right now, if you're playing something on theme and you're able to play something like this, it's pretty big. Now, the downside is we do have a couple of creatures that happen to not be citizens, so whenever those come up, this card's going to be a little quirky, but overall, I think the card's actually really dang good for this deck. Then we have Prosperous Innkeeper. I think a lot of people don't realize that Prosperous Innkeeper is actually a citizen, even though the card's been around for, I don't know, like a year before we got to New Capenna, which is kind of funny. But yeah, this actually was randomly a citizen. I don't know why, but it is. And it actually works in the deck very well, because we're going to be making tokens, so we're going to get all that life. The treasure is going to make it easier for us to cast our 4 and 5 mana things. So yeah, no complaints about this little duder at all. 4 Civil Servants, which I'm still upset that this was not called Servile Servant. Like, Wizards even has things, people there that like having puns on cards. How did we not do that? But anyway, that aside. Civil Servant is actually fine, right? It's a 2-3 for 2. When it attacks, we can tap something else, give it +1, so we're attacking with a 3-3 that has lifelink, and that's actually fair. Not great. I mean, on defense, it's fine, but a 2-3 actually lets us block a fair amount of stuff and set up bigger turns following that. And if we're just gaining a bunch of life between this and Adversary, Innkeeper, like, we can buy enough time to sometimes just outrace the opponent. Now, we are playing 1 Halo Fountain because it does generate citizens, so that counts. But the other thing, too, is a lot of times we're going to be using this to draw cards, in all reality. Like, you can create situations where, just like with the Civil Servant, right? You attack, you tap the thing, you got the life, your opponent didn't want to block. Now you get to untap both of them, and you get a card, and maybe the 2-3 gets to block a thing. So it's actually really good for us. So we're going to see. I don't think we're ever going to use the untap 15 things. I think, well, there is a way, but realistically, that's going to happen 1 every 15 or 20 games, probably. Not something we're going to rely on to actually be a win condition. We're usually going to want it for the first 2 abilities, at least in the way this deck's built right now. 2 Wandering Emperor. It makes tokens, which can help us with Jetmir, but honestly, giving our stuff First Strike is actually good. Again, when we're talking about Civil Servant, Intrepid Adversary, getting to attack with First Strike could be very good when we have lifelink, and it does actually act as a removal card, because though we are playing all these tokens and whatever, we do need some defensive cards, so we decided to lean on the Wandering Emperor. 4 Darling of the Masses, which is the closest thing we get to a Citizen Lord. I don't know why we didn't get something to give citizens +1/+1. I have no, like, it's not like they would have been too good. I literally had to scrounge for cards to play to even fill this out. I kind of hate when this happens. I feel like this has happened before, where we have themes within a set and we just don't get enough cards to support it to be competitive. I don't even need it to be top tier just to be competitive. But here, again, we had to fill in with Rally the Ranks, Intrepid Adversary, or whatever. Now, I don't want to sell Darling of the Masses short here, though. Getting a 1-1 whenever you attack, technically a 2-1. And again, if we have Intrepid Adversary or Rally the Ranks or whatever else, it's actually really good. And then the other part of that is when you have Jetmir or anything else, you're just getting tons of value. The token helps us get to rabble-rousing better, so yeah, just great all the way around. Now, of course, this is one of the cards we talked about in the opener. We have Jetmir, Nexus of Revels here. And the thing about Jetmir is we don't even have to get to the top end. Now, if we do get to the top end, it's going to be game over practically every time. But if we don't, all you have to do is get to 6 creatures, and your creatures are going to have +2, +0, Vigilance, and Trample. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it puts your opponent in very bad blocking situations, because we could just, you know, play an Initiate, play a Innkeeper, maybe we play a Servant or a Halo thing, play Darling in the Masses, then you play Jetmir, and then you already have 6+ tokens out. Or 6+ creatures, not just tokens. And then that already has your opponent in just an ugly situation with everything at that point being +3, possibly +4. That's a lot to deal with that are trampling, and they're vigilant. So whatever doesn't get blocked, it's just going to be there to block the next turn. So yeah, really love this. And if we do get to the upper level, like I said, it's almost game over every time anyway, because then you're talking +3 and whatever bonuses we already have, and that's all double striking. So yeah, we're hoping this goes off a couple of times. And then Rabble Rousing. This is another card that we don't like. The tough part about Rabble Rousing in this deck is we don't have a ton of payoffs, right? We're in some ways halfway using it to look for a Jetmir or a Sanctuary Warden. It's kind of like the best things we could do, but it's not really bad, because sometimes maybe we even just get a Rally of the Ranks, right? If we think that's enough to put us over the hump to kill the opponent. Because again, you're going to have all those 1/1s that you can just turn into bigger creatures. So not the worst thing, but getting all the tokens can sometimes just be good enough as well. Even if we don't have a Jetmir or anything else, sometimes you're just attacking, your opponent blocks 3 things, but you made 6 things. So the next turn, you're attacking with 6 things, and your opponent blocks 4 things. You know, okay, well, I still have all these other ones. So just like it just keeps piling up. So hopefully this is going to lead to some wins as well. And of course, like I just mentioned, Sanctuary Warden, this is really good. Again, the card itself is not a citizen. However, it does make citizens. So we can remove tokens from cards and end up putting a 1/1 into play and drawing a card. It does come in with 2 shield counters. We can remove one of the shields if we want to, and whenever it comes into play, or it attacks. So it is one of the other ways we can draw cards in addition to Halo Fountain. So that's actually really good. But it also flies, which is big in case you need to block a dragon or just come over the top to finish the opponent. And honestly, there are a few times we get +1/+1 counters from other things, like the Wandering Emperor. So, or we put counters on something like the Adversary, and we can remove one if we're just hard up to find a card. You know, like, it's a thing we can do. We don't have a ton of things that put counters on stuff, but enough that we at least get some versatility and use out of this. And then we're rounding this out with a March of the Otherworldly Light. I don't know if this is the card of choice we should have. However, it's pretty flexible. It doesn't let us kill planeswalkers, but it does kill artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. I would argue possibly that this could be Fateful Absence. I think could be reasonable, but we're just going to roll with it. We're going to see what happens. We're going to play the games. We'll make a decision at the end of all this. And then the rest of the way, we have Cave of the Frost Dragon, 1 Igajo, 2 Plains, a Boseiju, 2 Forest, Lair of the Hydra, 2 Cragcrown Pathway, 3 Needle Verge Pathway, 4 Branchloft Pathway, 3 Overgrown Farmland, and 4 Jetmir's Garden. Now, we do only have, 7, 8, 9 ways to get red mana. However, we do also have things like 4 Innkeepers. So we should reasonably be able to get to Jetmir, but we do also have the backdoor trick of getting it out with Rabble Rousing, because that's the only red card in the deck. It is a key red card, but the only red card. Now, if we were concerned about it, we could also end up removing a Forest to play like a Needle Verge, another Needle Verge, or, Cragcrown, or remove a Plains to play a Needle Verge. That's possible, but for now, we're going to try this out, see how we do, and then we'll talk about it like we always do. So enjoy these games. Please watch the games, because this was a chore, and then I'll catch you on the back end of the video, because I really do want to talk about this and do some updates if y'all want to play this. So I'll catch you on the other side. Okay, we get to go first with this. Unfortunately, this does not let us do what we want to do, but we're going to keep this. This isn't bad. I mean, we get to turn to Civil Servant and then, like, Cabaretti Initiate to give it lifelink. So that's actually reasonable. And then we have time to find mana, so we'll see. Opponent took some mulligans there. Don't know. I mean, generally that's good for us, but we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and get the servant down. Does it get bounced? It does get bounced. Okay, well, that slows down some of our action. Not a ton, but enough to be annoying. I wonder if the opponent's just playing like one of those heavy removal decks. Because I'm assuming stuff's going to die here, right? Or maybe it's just another bounce spell. I don't know. Yep, another Fading Hope. Okay. Well, let's look at the plus side. If we find a land, we could Civil Servant plus Rally the Ranks, and that wouldn't be bad here. Which we did find the land, so that sets us up pretty well. Let's just go +1 calling Citizens. And we'll attack. Okay, they will get to disc or mill to draw a card, which helps if they're digging for lands and stuff here. Also, we get to keep our creatures big enough that we're not worried about a meat hook or anything, which is kind of nice here. Feed the Swarm. They at least lose life. However, we have plans, because we got more. So we'll call Citizen again. And we're just going to straight up attack. Oh, I should have played this first, because I could have actually gained life there. So that was a little bit of a mistake. I could have tapped that, because I wasn't going to get to attack with it. Well, now we have Jetmir to potentially, not quite lethal. That's only 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we give this double strike, that's not really enough either. Sanctuary Warden's cute, but doesn't really do anything. Let's see. If we play this, we get to untap a thing, make a token. Okay. Let's do this. See if it even resolves to begin with. Do I have to put... Maybe I have to put full control on here. So we'll attack. And then use this to untap. Yeah, we'll just auto-pay. Then untap this. Resolve it. So we get a 1/1. And then we can tap a 1/1. To... Oh, actually, we could untap its own thing. That's pretty funny. And then this one lets me tap another Citizen. So that's actually pretty sweet, too. Oh, does it let me tap? Oh, I couldn't. I did that wrong. Ah, well, that's fine. Yeah, so I could have tapped this to this one and then this to this one. Okay, that's a little weird, but I missed an opportunity there for sure. I didn't pay attention to the way they were stacked. I should have checked because I tapped to the wrong things there. But that's okay. All right, let's see what the opponent wants to do here. I mean, honestly, if they have like burned down the house, okay, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough. But we're not dead yet. We still got options. Run this bad boy out there. I mean, now we're kind of just dodging constant removal here. Is the new plan. I mean, if we don't get, I mean, if we get a land or not, I think we still run Jetmir out. I was thinking maybe, oh, well, never mind. We're not going to get the Halo Fountain. Like, that was about to be a thing, but it's not a thing. Alright, that's going to give us a token that gives us bonus damage. And they have to sweep the board again, or that's going to be game. Thanks to Jetmir. Alright, we got there. Yeah. Alright, opponent's going to go first here, and I think we keep this. We can play this on 1, we can Civil Servant on 2, and then maybe rally into something. I don't know yet. We definitely need more mana either way. So we'll see how this works out. Alright, they got an Innkeeper. Ooh, Jetmir's Garden. Okay, well, we'll just have to play that tapped next turn. Oh, actually, that doesn't help us. So we actually have to play Innkeeper here. Ah, crap. And then we won't be able to play anything next turn. I was not paying attention to my mana. This hand is actually very bad. Okay, I mean, I guess we could blow up the treasure to play something if we need to. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I might have goofed this up keeping a bad hand. But we'll see. Might have to do something where we play like either Civil Servant or Rally and then... Okay, take our turn. They're saving mana for something. I don't know what something is, and that's a little bit unnerving, if I'm being honest. I think I want to do both of these. So let's drop this in first. See what the opponent wants to say about it. And then we'll attack. And then we'll just follow up with the Civil Servant, I think. Even though, still in my heart of hearts, I want this thing to be called the Civil Servant, because that would just be awesome. Okay. Let's see what the opponent does here. Okay, they're going to Deadly Dispute. That's actually not the worst thing that could have happened there. I mean, they might still be playing like Meat Hook or something. We're just hoping to get an untapped land here to maybe drop Darling of the Masses down. And then it's at least a 5 toughness creature, so it's harder for them to Meat Hook if they get another land. We get a bunch of damage in. Shambling Gas, super annoying. But 'tis what it is. We did not get the untapped land. So now we have decisions to make. I feel like we play this because if they have like Beseju to make us lose Rally the Ranks, we can at least get a creature out of it after we search up a land. That's the logic I'm going on here. Could be completely wrong, but we'll see. Alright. And we also might just be losing our board to a Meat Hook Massacre. But if we do, we do. Not a lot we can do about it. Meat Hook Massacres in pretty much every deck with black these days. Yep. Here comes a Massacre. Because everybody plays it. You know, I just don't... I think... You know, not to just gripe about Meat Hook Massacre, but, like, I just don't understand why we allowed... Like, made a card that just does everything. That's the part I don't get. Like, it drains your opponent and gains you life and wipes the board, and it just stays there permanently. Hell, even if I had to choose a mode, that would be better. Okay, what do we do here? We can't really get rid of the Chariot. Alright, I guess this is all we can do. Play this guy. And end the turn? So, I mean, if we attack with Darling of the Masses, it makes a 1/1, but then that just doesn't do anything. We can't kill the Chariot, so sure, we pass. We're in pretty rough shape here. Not really sure what our best plan is moving forward. Like, obviously, we would like to attack and use March of the Worldly Light, but yeah, we're gonna call that game. Like, if they, as long as they don't miss, the game's over. Those weren't the worst things for us to see. I guess we're mostly fine there. Willing to accept that. Alright, opponent's doing nothing there. We like that. That is also not a bad option. Okay. So this opens up things a little bit because we can do two things here. We can play the Eiganjo straight up and get rid of... Or actually, we can make a 1/1 and kill the Chariots. Or, because we'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'd still have one. Yeah, I guess we just play it. I think that's just a better plan. And then we attack. They're going to probably attempt to block this, or with Chariot and something. This gets blocked by a couple of things. I guess we just let the Innkeeper get in there and trade with the 2/2. I mean, it's not like the most exciting thing, but sure. I think we just got to do what we got to do here. Like, just accept it's not going to be a good time. And because of the way our hand is, they may not even want to block something effectively with the Cabaretti. Yeah, anything good because it double strikes. All right, so this worked out a little better than anticipated, honestly, because now we can kill... I guess we just do it for 0, because we can kill a token, right? Wasn't expecting to use it this way, but here we are. And then those all happen. And I think we're going to try to draw a card here. I mean, we get to untap. We could make a 1/1, but I think drawing a card is just better for us for lots of obvious reasons. Not only that, we can untap. That takes 2 mana. Yeah, we could untap and still activate our Cabaretti Initiate for double strike. So that's actually pretty cool. Fight rigging. That's highly annoying. I was going to say, if the counter goes on Old Rutstein, we ain't mad about that. That has Death Touch, right? No, you have Menace and Trample and Lifelink. All right. I mean, we will untap to draw a card. I mean, if you're wondering, opponent, that is definitely what we're going to do. All right, let's get that card. Not what we were looking for. Yeah, let's just get rid of this now. We'll lose the treasure. We don't have anything that costs more than 5 anyway. Definitely did not want that. Did not want that. Ugh. Not good. This is definitely in the not very good category for us. Ah, boy. Okay, what do we do now? Trade something for the Chariot? Or just let the Chariot kill something is what's effectively going to happen here. But, yeah, this might be all we can do. So we attack with... Yeah, I guess we just gotta. Right? It's a lot of damage. Plus we make another 3/2. We gain a life. Like, we can't justify not doing it. And if they tap things, that's one less blocker they have, so that's fine. Like, they can trade the Valentin for an Innkeeper, which we're all right with that. Yeah, this isn't the best situation for them blocking-wise. This is actually pretty solid for us. And, like I said, Halo Fountain's at least going to let us untap and draw. As that's how we're blocking. Alright, if that's the case, let's go ahead and use this now. We will untap, because this is going to die anyway, so we might as well untap this and this. And maybe we find something? Nope. Absolutely nothing. Okay, then. Sometimes it's like that. That was super lame. Alright, well... Oh, we already played a land even. Yeah, alright. Oh boy. Maybe I need another Halo Fountain. Because it's been pretty solid so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7. They have 8 mana, so they're 2 away from being able to use their... Storm the Festival. They don't have any cards to use their blood tokens with, so that's good. We can block pretty much everything they want to do here, so that's also good. Unfortunately, this now gives them an effective blocker with the Kodama, which is also not good. Alright, come on, deck. Provide. Okay, alright, we'll take that. That's a good solution for now. Yeah, just in case. Okay, and the opponent's only at 11. So, yeah, we're just going to get everybody in there. Darling the Masses is generating another body. I mean, soon we're going to be able to attack with our Lair of the Hydra as well. Yeah, the opponent has to block the Cabaretti Initiate. I mean, I guess they don't have to, but I mean, we can give it double strike if they don't. Actually, this is just bad for them. We have a bunch of 4-power creatures. Like, there's not a good series of blocks here. Yeah, yeah. That all sounds good. They take 8. All right. I mean, I feel pretty solid here. I mean, obviously they can find another meat hook or something, but considering we lived through a lot of stuff there, I don't hate it. They gain a lot. The opponent should have kept that in hand and just cycled through their treasure, I think would have been the best thing for them at that point. Yeah, I think they're just giving up here because this doesn't even make a lot of sense. Yeah. Sure. We'll untap this and this. And then we'll just block, I guess. I mean, we don't really have to. But we know it's in their hands, so sure. You get another land. But that's going to be well more than game at this point, right? Wow. And we just drew lands to finish the game out, so yeah, we got a bit lucky there. Oh, good one. Good one. Okay, this is kind of a weird hand, but I think we keep it because we can go rally into these little initiates that we could set up for some junky double strike if nothing else happens. This Rabble Rousing is still going to take a long time to cast, so it's probably not going to result in anything relevant for us. But that's okay. But then again, who knows? Maybe we hit like who knows? We need mana to really make this work. All right. Well, I asked for mana. The deck provided. I will not ask questions. Let's hit Citizen. Though one of these times I'll probably just for fun call Raccoon because, you know, why not? Okay. Apparition's gonna get rid of our Rally the Ranks. Nope, they're getting rid of... I can say, if you don't get a Rally the Ranks opponent, like, what are you doing? Like, are you even playing Magic? We could attack, pay double... Nah, we're just gonna do this. Everything's gonna get +1 and Vigilance or whatever, so sure. Block an Initiate, give us a 2/2 back. Nope, they're probably just gonna get rid of our Jetmare then. So sad. Is what it is. I mean, I like what the opponent's doing here, though, right? You equip up the Apparition, it blocks, it kills something, it goes back to their hand. Oh, well, they're not even doing that. Okay, then. Well, I mean, because if this attacks, it's going to remove something, right? Yep. Okay, opponent just scoops anyway. Okay, this is probably the weakest hand we've had to start with so far, so let's see what this can do. I mean, the obvious is Jetmir's Garden. Well, okay. Scratch that. Maybe it's not the most obvious thing. I'm going to hate this. I know when I'm going to get to turn 4. I mean, I say that. We would still have treasure from Innkeeper, so I guess it's fine. But let's see what happens. Initiate dead. Makes sense. Oh, with a Cathartic Fire. Just going big to kill it. Okay. I can respect that. And we pass. Good news is, if we don't have anything else to do, it is possible we could just exile something like that with March of the Otherworldly Light, which is a super nuisance. It is going to slow us down quite a bit, though, unfortunately. But I think it's our only real play, so we have to pass here. And they are going hard on the mono-red things, though. Ugh, Thundering Raiju, way scarier. Thinking. We may have to discard Rally of the Ranks here. Because we're going to need this down at some point. Okay. It comes down. We are going to... I mean, it sucks giving them all the treasure that they can hunt with or whatever, but... kind of all we can do. Get rid of that. Target this. We need a relevant body, like, right now. Alright, they do get some treasure. Okay. That's something. Don't know if that helps us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we would have 6 next turn. Sucks, but I think we're just going to have to do this and just give them whatever they get. I mean, because we can't block there anyway. You know what? I'm willing to just play this and just, if it dies, it dies. I mean, decline, because we got to be able to play the Angel. And the Angel will get us 2 life. We'll get a card. We'll have a thing with the shield on it. So it's not the worst, it's not the best, it just at least gives us a fighting chance. Then maybe we find something, I don't know. Wandering Emperor or some such after that. But we'll see. This was not a good start, but we kept this hand specifically to see what a bad start looked like, right? Because that's sometimes what I feel like we just need to do. Do we block this dude? I mean, I guess so. I feel like if we don't block it, we'll be paying the price for it later. Yeah. Like, I just couldn't justify not blocking that, honestly. Now, there is a downside to all this. If we do remove a counter, they can shoot this for 1 red. But I think we still do it anyway. It's still worth it. If they just have the cards to kill it, they have the cards to kill it. To remove a shield is what I was thinking, but that's fine. We gain our life. We will remove a shield. That might help. I don't know how much, but it might help. We're not going to attack here. We are not the beatdown. We may want to chump block some things, or at least threaten the opponent that we will chump block and whatnot here. If they attack here, we actually... I don't know what we block, actually. It's tempting to want to block their land. Okay, Javelineer, let you pump the ballet. They don't do anything. We like that. We like that. We will play this. Wow, did this bad hand turn into a possible actual real deal here? Oh, we get a Jetmir for whenever we actually have 10 plus. Or we could get this, though. Oh, both are good. Or another Angel is awesome. Nah, we got to do this, right? I don't know if and or when this becomes a good thing, but we're at 22. What's like the worst that happens, right? We attack with the Angel. We remove... I mean, because the opponent's hand's empty, so we get another body. We could double block one of these. What's the most that happens? They play a thing that they get +1. This attacks, they get another, or actually they double it to 2. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, potentially 15 if they have a Raiju. All right, we're going to attack. No guts, no glory. Because plus, we could top deck some things that just pump our team or whatnot. This is not one of those things. And we are gaining life here in the process. All right. And then now, next turn, we get to... If we don't block, we attack with everything. We'll have 10 creatures. We get the Jetmir, and that's 11 creatures. So if we get one thing, we get to give... We'll be at... We only have to be at 9, though, right? Yeah. So that's game, unless they can kill us here. Man, this bad hand actually might have came through, y'all. Yeah, because that doesn't have haste. We don't care. Yeah, this feels safe. I don't think they have an out to kill us with. Like, they could pump the valet, but whatever. And then, like, double that. Yeah, that's only 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're not blocking at all here. Like, blocking is not an option with what we have under. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, this is huge. Yep, play that Jetmir. Oh, so good. So good. And everything's double striking, trample. Oh, it's like it just comboed. We got everything we wanted. Okay, we get to go first with this. This actually looks pretty solid. We can turn 2 Innkeeper, possibly turn 3 Darling of the Masses if we really wanted to. Or we could Civil Servant and then Innkeeper. Yeah, let's start with that. Playing against a red deck. Now, Civil Servant might still just take 3 here and die, but I kind of like that option a little better. Okay, that feels oddly like it worked out for us. All right, so we're going to attack. We will tap this, get some life here. Good start, good start. And then we can Darling of the Masses into a Sanctuary Warden, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. Deadly Brew. Huh. We have sacrificed a creature. All right, cool. Like, I got to keep the damage. Wanted to do other things, but couldn't justify it. Tap this. All right. Still get the Sanctuary Warden next turn, so that's good. Don't know if we get to remove... I guess, yeah, we still remove a counter. Now, if they make a sacrifice thing, Civil Servant's got to go. Zeatora's Envoy is cute. Okay, we will do this. Unfortunately, we can't effectively attack here. Oh, they give up anyway. All right. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of... Nah, we keep it anyway. We keep it. Let's do it. Let's see what we can get ourselves into. So we're going to go Initiate into Innkeeper. Hopefully draw some mana. I almost want to go like land Jetmir. Would feel ideal. But we have to use this because we don't have any other white right now. So yeah. But we'll see. Alright, they're gaining life here. We will play this because it's untapped. Get in there for a whole 1 in the turn. It's very tempting to... I mean, I almost hope I draw like Civil Servant here or something. So I can hold off on having to decide on if it's better to play Darling of the Masses or Wandering Emperor. It's funny, we actually drew it. Look at that. Sometimes you ask and the deck shall provide. Alright, opponent's going to be trying to do some big things here. We're not going to worry about it too much. No attacks. We'll take whatever hit they're going to deliver. We'll probably end up just Darling, or not Darling Mass, but Wandering Emperor to kill They're duelists. Since we didn't draw land, we kind of have to decide which way to go here. Assuming they attack with it. They might just want to sit and block because it would make sense to do so. Luminar Casprint. That makes that thing way more annoying. That's unfortunate. I mean, if you attack, I don't have good blocks, but they chose not to. Understandably. Okay, what do we do here? We could attack with just Civil Servant. I mean, the problem is, if we play Darling of the Masses, we don't get anything else. So, yeah, we just attack with the Civil Servant, I think. Kind of boring, but correct. Tap this. Alright. End the turn. I needed... You know what we needed, really? I needed a Rally of the Ranks in hand. That would have been really nice. Alright, Killian gonna be real big. Yep. At some point, Killian's gonna have to attack, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't have to attack. I mean, they're worried about us double striking. We can only deal 3, 4, right? 3 right now. They're not attacking us. Okay, well. What do we even do here? I guess we just play this. Feels lame, but, I mean, what else are we going to do?
Finally, I'm home.
+1.
Remember your training.
Well, isn't that cute? Huh. This is interesting. Because now we could... Well, we still only give 2 things +2. I guess we +1 the Civil Servant? I mean, this feels dumb to keep putting all my eggs in this basket, but, I mean, it is what it is.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Alright. I mean, if you got something, you got something. There's only so much we can do. Alright. They're going to play their Wandering Emperor, sure. Makes sense. Because that's the card everybody's got.
My people must contend with me.
Okay, Civil Servant dead.
My judgment is final.
We're going to kill our Wandering Emperor, I think is what we're setting up for here. Which isn't bad, because we know we have another in hand. They don't. I mean, are you just never going to attack with that opponent? Like, seriously? Just never? I mean, I guess if they're just perpetually afraid that we have a Wandering Emperor, then I guess it makes sense. They're not wrong. All right. You got it.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Okay, Killian's big. Why do I feel like they just have another Wandering Emperor? I mean, if they do, I guess, but still. I wonder if they're debating attacking it or me or what's going on here. We had no plans to keep that anyway, so we will just go with... Actually, maybe we let that die, and then during their end step try to kill the Killian, because if they have another one, We don't want to give them an easy out. And I don't really want to activate the land here to try to block the Aspirant. That just feels like trap central. All right.
Watch out. I never give until next time then.
And then we'll see what's up here. Enrica. All right. Well, they played that after combat, so that's good for us. It does mean we're just going to lose our Wandering Emperor, but 'tis fine. Okay, what are we going to do here? I think we go ahead and play this. We +1 one of these. So they're less likely to want to block that. And we send these two into here and this into here. Like I said, I feel like they just have another Wandering Emperor anyway, so we're probably losing both Cabaretti initiates in this exchange, but there really wasn't a lot we were going to do about it. No, they actually want to get rid of our Innkeeper. Interesting. Okay, well, that's a better choice, I guess.
Our swords will cross again.
I mean, obviously, they couldn't block and kill the initiate there. I was assuming over the next turn we were going to lose both of them. But maybe we don't. I mean, if they don't have another Wandering Emperor, then I guess we're mostly fine here. All right, they're just going to flip right now. They're just like, F it. We're going to kill that Wandering Emperor. Cool, that works. A lot of life gain for the opponent, too. We need a big hit here. Oh, that's bad for us. This might be where our train stops. Yeah, we're dead. We needed at least Jetmir or something here to possibly have trample. So we'll just give them the GGs. We're not going to recover from that. Okay. This seems good-ish. I mean, the rally's a little weird here, but I think we just rally on 2. So we have a big initiate, and then we figure it out after that. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Okay. Then I think we just do this for the time being. No attacks, I don't think. Well, we attack, they play a thing, we take 2. Maybe they play 2 things and we take 3, but then we play this next turn. All right, sure. We're in for it. I think this game at some level is just going to revolve around Wandering Emperor. Okay, we only took 1. I mean, we'll be taking more next turn, obviously. But that was not as bad as it could have been. Let's go ahead and put this on white now so we can't mess that up next turn. Let's see. If we keep this, we get back, we get to block. I think we have to just do this, because we're going to be in some situation where we're trying to use these over the next few turns, so waiting to block or activate it is not going to do us any good here. It's not a real play. We do get some reasonable blocks here. Yeah, Headless Rider's fine. We can still trade for the champion. They can turn the champ into a 4/4 end of turn. We're okay with that. Again, because we have Wandering Emperor. Yep. Ooh, a double Wandering Emperor situation. That's cute. Also have the ability to give the Intrepid Adversary +1/+1 in first strike, so that's a thing. And then we gain life, so not bad either. We like that. Could also double strike the Cabaretti initiate, depending on what the opponent attacks with. So we're mostly protected from sweepers here. Whenever that dies... Oh, you get a thing with decay. That's fine. Sure. All makes sense. kind of want to get rid of that Headless Rider, but we're not going to really get a chance to. Yeah. Oh, they're going to give us a shot at it. Huh. I don't, as much as I'd like to get rid of it, I don't think we get to yet. I would like to, but not yet. This doesn't give them any bonuses or anything from the Headless Rider, so it's fine. Civil Servant. Not what we're looking for, I don't believe. Alright, so now we have to start thinking about Meat Hook, right? If they get to Meat Hook for 2, we only end up with 2 more zombies. We lose one of our things. We can +1 the Intrepid Adversary, which isn't bad. We do get to gain life off of that. With First Strike, we'd be able to First Strike 2 things. Alright. We're good with that. That seems like a good exchange. Sure. And they get 2 zombies here. In the turn. And the good news is, 2 of those zombies will not ever be able to block. Ah, there's some blue mana, though. That is concerning. We have to keep our eyes on that. Another Headless Rider. Ugh. Okay. That is a real problem now if they have a Meat Hook. We do not like that scenario. Good news, we don't care if those kill that. But we will get rid of 1 Headless Rider. Let's go ahead and get rid of this duder. And we will block this one. And those other 2 are just going to go away. And since the tokens don't generate anything, we're still in a good spot here. Okay. I don't feel like we've overcommitted at all, so this feels pretty nice. Meat Hook for 3 is the biggest thing they can do, so getting a thing with 5 toughness is pretty sweet. Let's +1 this. Keep the train going. Alright. That's not awful for us. Ah, I see. You want to make some other things with Death Touch. Oh, no, those are decayed ones, though, so that's actually fine. Yeah, and if we're attacking with the First Striker, we don't really care that you have Death Touch. We're going to be gaining more life than they can deal with, so whatevs. That'll go down to 1. Sure.
You're going to rest in pieces.
All right, I feel like overall we are finding a way here. Okay, we can now. Wandering Emperor's just gonna die. Like this, we've reached that point in the exchange here, but the opponent gives up. All right, y'all, we did it. Like, we actually did it. We actually made a citizen deck that can actually win games. Now, I will say this. I do think the Marcher of the Worldly Light, while neat, would probably be better served being Fateful Absence. So, honestly, maybe we even need a 3rd Fateful Absence. So I think we could get away with cutting a Rally the Ranks, and dare I say it, maybe even an Intrepid Adversary, I think would be fine, and we could make that spot either another Halo Fountain or another Jetmare. I think both are actually very good for different reasons. Maybe Halo Fountain to help us find more cards. I don't really know, but I think those are the only 2 major changes I would make. The one thing I did like about this is we weren't leaning on Jetmare and rabble rousing as much as I thought we were going to. Now, granted, when they happened, we won those games and that was great, but we didn't have to lean on them. We did a lot of work on a couple of those with just Darling in the Masses. We were just piling up creatures, getting value off a Halo Fountain in one of them. So that makes me feel good that all the cards we put in actually worked. And the Cabaretti Initiate was so-so, but it did contribute to us having an early play, sometimes an early attacker or blocker, and that actual damage did matter. So yeah, I think this is fine, surprisingly. And we beat some pretty interesting decks, which I didn't think we necessarily would, and had some good comeback victories as well. So yeah, Citizens, it's playable, surprisingly. All right, now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Best Soul Nourisher. And this card, while still new, is actually a card that we should have had in the core set, or in the base set. I would be really surprised if this card was not on the initial set list for Streets of New Capenna. I feel like this is the card that actually ended up getting cut to go into a commander deck, and it's very disappointing because Best is actually pretty sweet. So whenever you have 1/1s come into play, you get to put counters on Best, and then when Best attacks, anything with base power 1 actually gets plus X equal to the number of counters on Best, which is actually pretty sweet. So this is exactly the type of card we would love to have in this deck, and actually I think that would make this deck very competitive. And with all the spot removal and sweepers and stuff in standard, I don't think it's actually that unreal that that would be able to exist. So I'm not really sure why they made the decision, but regardless, it's a pretty sweet card. If you do want to play this as a commander deck, that's in one of them. So if you want to modify that, put it over here, whatever. Just wanted to point it out, just like a weird thing that's exactly the type of card we wanted. Now don't forget, like always, you will be able to get the deck list down in the description below. And you can always come by our Discord if you want to get deck help, discuss today's video, or if you want to just come by our streams and be part of all the shenanigans. But if you like having these types of decks that are played around themes, check out this other video I'm going to link right here because you're going to like that one as well. And that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.